Game number 1, losers bracket, ladies and gentlemen, or in the PC version, the lower bracket, because there are no losers in Blizzard games, there are only winners. Participation trophies everywhere. But yeah, since this isn't HGC and this isn't Blizzard, since Blizzard isn't forcing their own code into this, we can actually call this what it is. It is a losers bracket. Both of these teams lost in one of the previous series, and we have the first round of the losers bracket now, with Go Next going up against Porc9, a best of 3 series. And let's see who advances at this point. Still should be a pretty good one. We had actually incredible series in the winners bracket. I mean, most of the series were 2-1s, which really surprised me because I expected a lot of these games to be, well, 2-0 victories. And that was not really how this all turned out. So, Zeratul gets banned out first of all. It's actually an interesting tournament. I mean, we have a little bit more today, one additional match, and since most of the games that have been played today went the full distance, it's also a bit later than usual in the tournaments, which some of the players were apparently not happy about. Then again, at the same time, the only thing that I can say is suck it up, boys. There's a lot of money on the line for this tournament, so I think it's only fair that the players are waiting and, well, according to the rules, are waiting, and right now it's not even 11 PM, so that's the best of 3 series. For the amount of prize money that's on the line here, I think people can be expected to wait and play the game. Medivh gets banned out, and so does Alarak, which leaves us on Volskaya Foundry with, first of all, a lot of offlaners that oftentimes are banned out, and Svankrotta still gets his Junkrat. Now, there's definitely people that are going to ask, hey, where exactly is Mopsio? Isn't he part of Porc9? And indeed he is. Normally, but he wrote a tweet the other day. There's apparently a couple of real life things that are going on with him. If I understood it correctly, his grandfather actually died. I don't know if this is a recent thing, but apparently there is a funeral. So first of all, condolences at this point. But there was also a little bit more. Apparently he's moving for work or something along those lines. Either way, there's a lot of real life obligations that he currently has. It's one of the reasons why he's not participating in this event. So Blaze gets picked, and so does Leming for Go Next. With a Junkrat early pick, we have Benji, who seems to be the replacement for on ETC, and Vodka-chan on Rega. Okay, so good and ready to go. So already a nice setup. I mean, you have Rega for a little bit more wave clear. You have Junkrat for the outside poke. And Svankrotta has played such an impactful Junkrat in previous games and other tournaments that teams have actually started to ban him out against Porc9. So right now, we are seeing Ana banned out and Chen is eliminated. I mean, Chen we've seen in the previous game on, it was actually Battlefield of Eternity, between the Vikings and the fan club. How incredible Chen can be when he gets good access to the backline. He can absolutely murder your squishies. So nobody really wants to go up against that, even with Blaze in play on the bunker. And now we have Malfurion taken together with Vala. Finally, we're getting the girl back in, and Master Skin as well. Like the purple one a little bit more than the golden variation, but Master Skin nonetheless. So that's appreciated. And, well, let's check it out. What else we have there? Well, Sky Foundry with the last 2 picks. And what's it gonna be? Actually, they're delaying this a little bit, but we still need an off. Ah, actually, TC for the offlane. Okay, so maybe even with Stage Dive. Johanna gets taken too, so that's a lot of wave clear that they actually have on those heroes, especially with Jaina now being picked too. A lot of burst damage, wave clear, solid combo for them. Especially if they can control Vala on the opponent's team. Still missing a main tank unless they want to put Blaze into that position, which I doubt. And as the last pack comes in for our best of 3 series in the loser bracket of the HeroesHype Premier Series Playoffs, we have Tyrael. Shields for them, double layer of defense with the bunker and the sanctification. So let's head straight into game number 1 of our best of 3 here in Volskaya Foundry. Game number 1 in our best of 3 series, ladies and gentlemen. On the left side, Kelvin on Vala. For Go Next, we have Skok on Tyrael, Ultralisk on Liming, Sky Malfurion, and Max Passion is playing Blaze. Porc9 then again in the red on the right side with Svamgota on Junkrat. We currently have Shirionto on Jaina, Fury on ETC, Vodka-chan on Rhaegar, and Benji is playing Johanna. Alright, let's check this out. Good to go with our level 1 talents. Pretty typical thus far. Block party actually, an interesting touch, considering that we have Vala on the auto attack on the other side. That's probably what's going to happen there. And in addition to that, we see the Laws of Hope right here. So, let's get this good to go and see who's going to get the first kill here. Already aggression here, straight in the middle of it. Johanna with the Iron Skinners. She has to block for the rest of the team. And Tyrael taking a bit of a beating as he rotates towards the top, but down to the bottom of the map. We're currently having our 1 versus 1 between Fury and Max Passion. Yeah, Skog is still on the run after they already dropped him on half HP. He was trying to get out of there as quickly as he could, but the chase was on. Problem is obviously if Jaina is trying to hunt you down and she is able to connect her skills, then that slow is going to allow others to catch up with you and maybe stack upon that, because, well, there's a lot of slows available for them. We have Rhaegar with a totem, obviously Johanna on top of this too. But as it stands, we're currently having Vodka-chan and Svamgota going for a camp. Same happens on the left side. It's Volskaya Foundry, so one of the most important things is that you make sure that you get the items as quickly as you can. And 1 minute into the game, those camps are spawning. So that's when you are trying to make your play for them. And then the big question is anybody moving towards the support camp there? So, at this point, there we go. Everybody is just sharking around the support camp. Svamgota already straight with the mine there, saying like, let's see if anybody is making a commitment. I don't really think that's going to be a big play for it, but could be. Yeah, there's a bit of a poke available, and with level 4 talents, we're now going to see the multi-shot builds started from Kelvin. I would assume. Ultralisk, yeah, multi-shot, there we go. These days I'm actually a little bit terrified because we had a North American game the other day where someone seriously went into level 4 Creed of the Hunter. I still hope and think that was a misclick, but you never know. Those mispicks keep coming. Talking about misclicks, Triumvirate taken on level 4. As Blaze goes down. The first kill for Porc9. Now, Triumvirate in and of itself is not necessarily a misclick. As I said previously, if you want to go into an AWP build, you can actually do that to an extent if you focus on the level 4 and level 16 talent. But on level 7, there is one choice and one choice only, and it's called Calamity. Every single time when... I mean, honestly, if levels... if on level 7 you see anything else pick but at Calamity, a body dies somewhere. A bunny is dying somewhere and Mane is having a little bit of a heart attack. So, yeah. But, as it stands, with the first kill that we got against Blaze, we have now the position taken by Porc9 on the objective, and they're trying to get the checkpoint here. The big part for the team in blue is actually when level 10 abilities are ready, because they have Sanctification and Bunker Up, and both of those will give them a huge amount of sustained survivability on an objective, like here in Volskaya Foundry. So that's going to be the big power spike for them. But, of course, with everything that we're seeing from Porc9, they have a lot of control here too. And even before level 10, they have a power slide and ETC. There's still a lot of tools that Johanna can add to the mix here. Level 7 abilities, quicker for the blue team. Calamity, as expected, is still taken. And there's the arsenal, of course, for Vala. And they can go for the camp again. This is one of the big things that I always point out here. If you take your camp on level 1 first, then you can take the second one during the objective. And this is incredibly important. If you don't do that, then you always miss out on getting more items than your opponent, and they might get an advantage over you. So it's one of the most important things to learn, no matter where you play. If you're playing Storm League, if you're playing in an amateur series, take these turrets 1 minute into the game so that you have an opportunity of getting a second turret during the objective. And I know it's really difficult to coordinate in Storm League. We all know that Storm League is a pretty big shit show. It's one of the reasons why I always recommend to people to go to heroeslaunch.gg and sign up for the amateur scene, since this is really a completely different game. but if you can incorporate those small things on these maps into your play, since it really gives you a serious advantage on objectives. And with level 7 talents now available for both, and 98% on the progress bar for Go Next, Porc9 is trying to fight back against it. And, well, have to try and get a kill here. Good move to the Nature's Cure and the Cleanse. But this is where the teams commit with turrets dropped by both of them. We still have that additional healing beacon for Kelvin, though. And wow, Go Next nearly getting the kill against Fury in that backline. But ETC is still alive, but they're getting completely zoned out right now. Massive damage, and this looks like a sure objective for Go Next. They're about to get the first Protector in this game. Ultralisk was a bit low, but he survives, and they get the Protector. The traditional rotation would force them to go to the top lane and try and drop the opponent's fountain. Again, on this map, you always want to prepare for the next objective. There's actually one team, and that is usually Mopsio's team, that deviates a little bit away from it. If they take the first objective, instead of going to the top lane to prepare for objective number 2, they instead go to the bottom of the map to prepare for objective number 3. But as you can see, pings have already homed in onto the fountain. That's exactly what they're trying to kill. Take the fountain down, make sure that your opponent can't pre-tap. They lost Tyrael in the meantime though, but that's still worth it. The problem is if they now lose Skye as well, that's a double kill against them, and Porc9 is adding kill after kill here. They might have lost the objective, but that's the 3rd kill in a row now. Still leaving experience for the team in blue. Blaze rotating between the lanes and soaking additional experience. Fury at the bottom of the map is catching most of the blue minions, at least as the wave comes in. Right, a bit more aggression against Svampgrotta in the middle. As expected, there's the Sanctification. Bunker will come soon. On the other side, ETC with the stage dive and Blessed Shield as a follow-up. Strafe for Vala. Despite the interrupts that we have here. Despite the Blessed Shield, so she's going to try and play around that. For Blaze, I mean, there's no way that we see Combustion in this. That would more than shock me if Combustion would honestly be taken. So I'm still expecting the Bunker to be dropped eventually. The layered defense of Sanctification plus Bunker is just invaluable in these situations. But he actually goes for it. Combustion taken by Blaze. Now that's going to make for an interesting game. I'm curious to see what they're going to pull off with this, but I don't expect a lot here. We've seen lately a few Combustion picks. That's actually not quite true. I think we've seen one. And I'm not exaggerating if I say that that backfired big time. So right now, without Bunker against a lot of these plays, especially with things like Riptire and other things, is going to be difficult. Let's see if Max Passion can actually get something out of that. The extra damage might help them on the point, but I still doubt it slightly. For now, towards the top, we're still seeing the blue team soaking additional experience, and, well, they haven't really gotten a kill yet, but obviously we can't really dodge the fact that they have taken objective number 1 and have an advantageous position on the objective towards the top, since they have taken the opponent's fountain down. That pre-tap can mean the difference pretty easily between victory or loss. Max Passion gets slightly isolated here. Keep in mind, no Bunker. Has no Bunker. Are they committing to it? Jane has in trouble and gets wrecked by Li Ming. Nicely done. That's the first kill here for Go Next. Still a fight between Blaze and ETC, but the next attack against Svampgrotta, that was nearly a kill. Sanctification gets used. Svampgrotta low, but he's able to get out. ETC with the stage dive. Where's the slide? There it is. Nature's Cure gets used, and he has the Riptire. They want the kill. They get it against Skye on Malfurion, or do they? Holy shit, he actually survives. The self-ancestral for Rhaegar, and the red team barely makes it out of this without losing a hero. I can't believe Malfurion just survived. That was incredible. Malfurion survives the attack towards the top. 13 is in, and that was slightly unexpected, I gotta say. Did not see that one coming. He was so incredibly low. I mean, Skye would have died if anybody would have touched him here, and the Riptire just barely didn't make it. But well done. So now we have a slight lead for them, and the talent advantage is strong. It seems like Porc9 doesn't care though. They also don't seem to care that they don't have Junkrat with them just yet. I mean, they're taking the fight before Junkrat is in the battle. He's finally ready. Yeah, they're trying to push them out. Nice. Johanna with a nice setup. Skog about to fall. 13 is there. Haven't used it yet. And there it is. The combustion, and it gets 0 value as ETC pushes him out. But they're already low. Benji is about to die, but they get the counter kill against, well, Tyrael. The problem is that Li Ming capitalizes on the reset and gets the second kill against Jaina. They pretty much fought this entire battle with a talent disadvantage and still went for it. It's kind of incredible that they went for that fight, and they nearly won it too. But they barely lost out on it, and now they have to wait for 2 heroes to come back. Sanctification was never used either. Now we're looking in terms of items at an advantage for Go Next, and it's a pretty interesting game. And this in general is going to be a very interesting series. Both of these teams barely lost in the winner bracket, which is just another testament of how strong they are, because both of them went up against tough opponents. And to me personally, it was surprising to see that they both were able to force not only the third map, but made it close as well. Now Svamgrotta gets attacked by Ultralisks here and is losing half his HP. Keep in mind they don't have the fountain, their opponent does. ETC at the bot lane gets some experience for them. Stage dive is obviously still up, and well, there it is. Stage dive in, straight into the roots. They're trying to get kills here. Half a level for 16. They kind of need to get a kill. Nature's Cure again. They're putting Max Passion in a very awkward spot. ETC himself is also isolated. There's the Rip Tire, but it gets burned down. And Malfuri with the Tranquility is keeping them in play. Junkrat is dead, so is Jaina, and they're getting murdered. There's the Ancestral and the Slide. They're trying to at least get the kill against Kelvin. I don't think that's going to happen. Instead, we're most likely going to see Johanna fall, and yes, she dies. 3 kills, level 16. Go Next is absolutely turning this game on its head when it comes to kills. Even with a level 4 talent, we don't see the orb on 16, but Mirror Ball has been taken instead. Fury is low, and that's a kill. Yeah, ETC gets completely murdered. I mean, the Ragdoll gets just kicked across the entire map pretty much. And now they're going for the fort in the middle. The fort at the top is going to fall for sure, and I think are they going to go for keep? I mean, normally I would have expected Malfurion to now move down to the bottom of the map with the Protector, but if you are 2 levels and the talent ahead, you could try and make the play for keep itself. It's a little bit unlikely though, and yes, he moves down to the bottom of the map now. Frost shot for Vala as well, so she doesn't go into Manticore here, but instead wants a bit more control in this game. That also sets it up a bit easier for ETC when he wants to get some combustion value. Blaze, of course. And Blaze is sitting at 18,000. This is looking incredible right now for Go Next. They are going to get the fountain for sure. Again, setting up for the next objective, as I explained previously. But they're going in and they are most likely going to get the entire fort. It would be a surprise if the red team can hold on to that. Go Next is kind of crushing this game now. They fell behind early on with in kills only. 3 against 0, but they got the first Protector, they just won the second, and they completely turned this game on its head when it comes to the kill count. They are heavily ahead now, 2 levels ahead as well. That not only gives them the talent lead, but an incredible stats advantage on top of that too. So now we are looking at a pretty solid performance from them. But 16 in the hands of Porc9 soon, and then they're going to try and turn this around. They have a lot of CC, but you can see the damage against the backline in particular. I mean, Shirionto falling to 50% HP this early is an issue. Now, in the last fight, the advantages were obviously from the beginning stacked in favor of Go Next. They had the additional healing beacon and they had the fountain. So that put them into a great spot against Porc9. One of the mistakes of Porc9, if you so want, was to fight the previous battle without even talents. And that set them even farther behind in this particular battle. But now they have 16 versus 16 and maybe a chance to make a play there. Shirionto, oh yeah. They're greeding a little bit too hard. They're really trying to force that fight and they're struggling with it. Jaina was trying to go in for the slow and then Fury dives in with stage dive. But now the turnaround against them. Well, that's a pretty big choke point that they're fighting in right now. Strafe is already being used. There's obviously the chance for a Blessed Shield, and there it is. And the follow-up nearly against Ultralisk. He doesn't die though, Sanctification is out, and now the fight continues. There's no fallback option, there's no path to retreat. In comes Mac Passion, gets a little bit of value. Shirionto might die, and indeed does. Once again set on fire here by Vala as she moves in. And they are looking for more kills. The lockdown from Li Ming, if she gets another reset, she can just bunny hop through them with Calamity. 4 alive, everybody on the run, and they're trying to pressure against the keep as it stands. 19 is nearly there, 8 kills against 4. And Fury gets wrecked out at the bottom. No, he dodges out on the combo, but Vala is close. And here comes the value from Calamity as they're trying to get him dropped, but he power slides away. Rest of the team is not looking strong though, and well, even with Terriel most likely falling here, it would be worth it because, well, the keep is down. Keep down, stray from Vala to add a little bit more damage to the equation. They can't get a kill here, but still, we are still seeing them 2 levels ahead. Keep is down, next objective is going to spawn bot side. Great performance by them so far. 46,000 on Vala. I gotta say, the Vala performance here, very solid. Good damage from her. Great resets from Li Ming. Both of them haven't died a single time, which just shows once again that there's not enough pressure against the damage dealers. And this is disastrous for Porc9. The problem they have is that level 20 is definitely going to get reached by Go Next before this happens, and before the next objective happens. And that would be an incredible... It's not an impossible comeback. We have seen fights with Storm Talents against non-Storm Talents where a quick kill against anybody could seal the deal. And if you get a nice setup with the Blessed Shield, power slide by ETC after a stage dive, then you can make these plays. You can get these quick kills. But so far, that's not how the game has played out. There is burst damage from, well, Jaina and obviously Junkrat if he gets the Riptire. But things are starting to look really, really difficult. Storm Talent advantage plus stats advantage are incredible. And there's an item advantage too. Farfly Quiver is going to give Vala even more safety. That in and of itself is a problem. Tal Rasha is now ready. Lunar Shower, Flash Fire then again. And fighting into this Protector is rough. But you don't have another option because the bottom keep is down, which means only your core is open. So you can't wait for 20. I mean, in theory, you can always make the play where you try and just don't go for the objective, but you try to go for level 20 and then you defend with 20, but you let your opponent take the Protector. But I don't think that's an option here. They go for the backline this time, and Ultralis gets attacked, but Johanna wasn't in range for the Blessed Shield, and therefore the Riptire never connects with anyone either. The coordination is just not strong enough. ETC saw a chance for the slide and he took it, but Johanna wasn't there, therefore the Riptire doesn't connect, and now they're on the run. They lost too many heroic abilities, and they just don't have these Storm Talents. That's a nice move though against Vala, and she might actually die. Barely gets out, and again they can't get the kill. Absolutely incredible here. Sanctification on the ground. Now Shirionto is nearly getting murdered, and barely so. Oh! Ultralis, you beast! Gets the ping for good reason. I mean, the first setup was already incredible, and the second one then dropped Jaina. And with this kill, they're probably securing the game. They're going straight in for Rhaegar, and he is going to get dropped. Once again, Li Ming on the move, and they're just getting one kill after another. Skye is now getting attacked here. There's the Blessed Shield against him. They're trying to drop him with the help of Junkrat, but even with that, they can't get the kill. Fury gets dodged out too, and instead it's Swamgrother that's likely to fall here. Yeah, and Skye survives. Kill after kill after kill for them. Objective is still up, and the Protector is now making its way in too. With the help of Vala, they're going for Benji, and they get the kill against Johanna. Incredible game here by Go Next with fantastic synergy and just not enough coordination for Porc9 to really get the kills that they needed in these situations. 12 kills against 5, the core goes down, and that is the lead in this series for Go Next in the best of 3. GG, and well played in this first round of the loser bracket. Game number 2, Porc9 against Go Next. And Go Next actually really fired up the heat a little bit in the second half of game number 1. Great play by them. Combustion value, 100% win rate. Actually, it's not quite true. Combustion lost multiple times. I think this was actually the first time that I saw on kind of this level Combustion take a victory. I would say that Vala and Li Ming probably had a little bit more of an impact in this one, but it was a pretty solid game by them regardless. It was unfortunate also multiple times for Porc9 that they weren't able to get their setup completed to get a kill. I mean, Vala, Malfurion, Li Ming, all three of them were able to escape multiple times, just barely, and those kills could have really led to a comeback moment for Porc9. Didn't turn out that way. Go Next just was a little bit stronger and played their cards better, so now in Battlefield of Eternity, the blue team has an opportunity to make a 2-0 victory happen and to kick Porc9 out of the tournament. So with bans, we have Hanzo banned out and also ETC in this case. Battlefield of Eternity obviously requires also a bit of a different playstyle. Question will be, is Vala, for example, banned out or allowed in this game now? Well, the question is answered. Vala gets banned out pretty quickly. And what else are we going to get rid of before this starts up? Now, Swamp Grotta has actually played Zarya multiple times in the past for his teams, mostly for Granite Gaming back then. So the big question is, are they going to play that once more? Now, they have first pick, so they go into Li Ming, but I still think there's a good chance that they are going for something around, well, maybe Zarya plus Garrosh. It's honestly a combo that other teams were so worried about that they banned out Zarya against Swamp Grotta on this map. I think just last week, this week? Honestly, I don't even remember, but recently. So it's not necessarily something that's necessarily going to happen, but it's an option. Blaze again for Max Passion, plus Ana. Nano boosted combustion. And, well, what are we going to get from the red team? Are they going to play some setup like this? That's the main question. Oh, Chen, alright. Chen for the top lane. Yeah, the Panda. Panda is pretty powerful. White War Master Chen skin, though. Much better. And Malfurion. Okay. There's still a chance for us to get something along the lines of Zarya plus X. I'm telling you guys. There's still a chance for it to happen. Bans, on the other hand, could obviously destroy this. If you're banning out Garrosh or banning out Zarya, then this is definitely going to still be a thing. Swamp Grotta could also still go into Junkrat if he really wanted to. I mean, traditionally on this map you see other heroes, but still. What are we going to have on the ban pattern? Garrosh! Yes, the Orc gets banned out. And against them, yeah, well, Blaze is in. You could ban Tyrael if you're worried about Sanctification plus Bunker. Or Sanctification plus Combustion again. That's still a play. There's a couple of heroes that are still very strong against the objective that haven't really been banned or picked. So Greymane, for example, would be a hero that excels when it comes to damage against the Immortal per se. And he could be picked too. With Ana, you're looking at mages more so than anything else. But there's the ban against Tyrael, as kind of suggested. And the pick pattern. Again, Greymane is out there. When we're talking about tanks, seen a lot more Mal'Ganis these days. Johanna's also up. I mean, in theory, you still have Dibbles and Muradin, but I don't think we're going to see any of those. There's no real need for them. The other one's just a much higher priority these days. There's Greymane, and there is also Jaina. So, nano boost for Jaina. Greymane gets picked. I like that so far. But how is Porc9 going to react now? That's the front line that we are looking at now. Plus, additionally, if they don't go into a triple melee, the extra damage dealer for the bot lane. But triple melee is still an option, especially with Li Ming in your backline. Varian Carrigan. Alright, boys. We saw a Varian game already. Taunt has been buffed to help also the low league plebs to understand that it's just simply the best talent on level 4. And that's an incredible setup for Malfurion, Li Ming, and for Carrigan. Okay, there is a problem for the blue team now, and it's pretty much the lack. Oh, Uther as a counter. We are going full NA right now. Uther main tank to deal with a variant setup, the Hand of Freedom on level 7, and the extra heals. This is going to become an interesting one. Nice reaction to the picks of Porc9 as we're heading into game number 2, Battlefield of Eternity. Game on, and we have some interesting picks right now. Uther as a reaction to the Carrigan and Varian pick is not bad. That's actually a pretty interesting move. In theory, a Divine Shield could also be Divine Storm, but either way, you have now a couple of tools against the massive CC that we're seeing for Porc9. Super interesting setup. So Kelvin is playing Jaina for the blue team. We have Skog on Uther, Sky on Ana, the double support, so to say, main tank Uther, North American meta, with Max Passion on Blaze for the side lane, and Ultralisk on Greymane. To the right side, Porc9 with a heavy aggression with Swamp Grotta and Kerrigan, Fury on Chen, Benji on Varian, Shirionto on Li Ming, and Vodka Chan on Malfurion. Bit of a wraparound at the top. Yeah, they're trying to hide Chen here, apparently. But this game became incredibly interesting. So a little bit of a rock, paper, scissors moment that they're trying to play here. I mean, without early access to any... Yeah, well, you have to be careful. Double support is doing what they can to stay alive down here at the bottom. Chen is taking a bit of a beating at the top, as you would expect. And this is actually a really cool setup too, because with, well, Blaze plus Greymane, you have a lot of damage against the structures. Kerrigan has to rotate in order to help against it. And that's a kill. Greymane down. Greymane down right away. The CC is pretty incredible. Every single time that we're seeing... Oh, wow. That's a problem. That's a good body block. And... Oh! He doesn't die! Oh! Nice! He actually goes down. Ana for the win here. Alright, kill for a kill. Yeah, there's so much to talk about here. So, as we've seen in previous games, and especially after the, well, buff to Taunt, we now have a setup in, like, every single time you see Varian, you pretty much want to go for a kill setup. So outside of Plastic League, when you see Varian, it's all about the taunt. It's not about meme blames, it's not about smash, it's really the taunt setup that you want to go for. And the idea behind it is you want to have taunt and the CC to set something up for your main damage dealer, who then drops burst damage. That can be Li Ming, that can be Jaina, there's a couple of other heroes that fit the build too, but that's the setup with it. Now you have an insane amount of CC to follow up on that with the roots on Malfurion and also Kerrigan for additional stuns, and that's pretty awesome. So the counter pick into Uther means you have a double support to try and deal with this aggression, and on top of that you have the Hand of Freedom on level 7 for cleanse, and you can play around some other talents too, with potential Divine Shield later on in the game to empower either Greymane or deny a kill to your opponent. So there's a lot of variables in this equation that we're seeing right now, and it's an interesting reaction for Go Next in this setup. But I really want to see who is going to excel with this, because the fact alone that you have these two supports and you can play against it doesn't mean that you are able to make that happen. It's 2 kills against 1 already, and you can see the aggression here. And Shirionto is killing it on Li Ming right now. In this case, it kind of backfired a little bit, but damn, there is massive aggression here. Uther is dead again. That's 3 kills against 1 now. Uther's Ghost is helping out still, but if they can't get a quick counter kill against Kerrigan or anybody else, then they're gonna lose this fight. And at this point, Porc9 is just going full on YOLO. They are massively going ham here. And Max Passion wants a kill, and he gets it finally against Li Ming. As it turns out, Varian dies too. But this is just full-on brawling. They're going kill for kill. It's just 2 boxers without any kind of defense, just standing in the ring and hammering away against each other. Just going blow for blow, trying to see who drops first. 3 kills against 4, ignoring the objective even, and it's just mass murder that we're seeing in this game right now. It's a complete disregard of any kind of strategy or tactic at this point, and them just trying to fight it out, full-on brawl style. Vodka Chan is about to fall right now. Li Ming is back, she wants the resets. There's the taunt against Blaze, and as Malfurion dies, so does Blaze nearly. He barely makes it out of this situation, but this is just absolutely insane. 4 kills against 4, and they are just going crazy in this one. Taunt is in, as obviously already highlighted here, and with that, we're now seeing those attacks happen. And I honestly think that the composition of the red team is going to become worse and worse as the game continues, because they are dependent on that momentum that they're trying to build up here. And as long as we're having Hand of Freedom coming in and potentially the Divine Shield, it's going to be a lot more tricky. So if by that point in time the red team isn't ahead, I think the chances to take this are pretty slim. Now Malfurion is dead again, and that could lead to another kill. Benji's already getting attacked. Down here we're seeing Swamp Grotta fall up to the top. Varian barely escapes, but at the bottom of the map the aggression against Kerrigan has now also led to a lot of damage on the side of Chen. Hand of Freedom, or Hand of Protection, is in play. Hand of Freedom, talking Rel the entire time, sorry. too many hands in this game. So Hand of Protection is in. And Fury nearly falling. But by now the teams have also decided that it's kind of time to play Heroes of the Storm and not play this like Dota or League of Legends, and objectives are actually a thing in this game. So with this, we're now seeing them go straight for that. Halftime show has been reached. Calamity is in, by the way, so even more aggression coming through now. And before level 10 is in, we're gonna see how this is gonna work out. Skork on his main tank Uther has to be careful, dodges out on most of it, but is still eating a ton of damage as Shirionto is not shying away from one combo after another. Starting to move in again. Max Passion with a turnaround. The choke point of death, and it's actually Anna that dies. Karrigan falls too, and it just continues. Blow for blow for blow for blow. Kill for kill for kill. The dodge out on Shirionto's damage. Benji with the attack over there. It's Li Ming that falls. We have 13 kills in this game already. More than 2 per minute. Another taunt, another kill. Uther is dead again, but it seems like Benji might die too. Kelvin tries to go in with another slow, but Chen wants more blood. The sleep dart. And they go for the Panda again, but the objective is also starting to crumble. And the Immortal very likely taken by Go Next. Oh, Ultralisk! No, he dies. 72, there it is. 72 hit points left and they finally claim it. What a game! What an insane game. 8 kills against 7. This is one of those holy shit maps. Battlefield of Eternity, and they're focusing on the bottom of the map now. Level 10 is going to be such a game changer, but already we're just having incredible fights between these two teams. This is just getting bananas. What a setup. Yeah, Blaze topside against Chen, but down at the bottom, they don't even want to go for it right now. They finally have Kelvin in position to do a bit of damage, but the wall is obviously falling, and there's the Karrigan combo, so they now have a small window of an opportunity where Karrigan has to wait for her cooldown. Gachan is there. Yeah, Karrigan is looking for another setup, but you can tell how they definitely don't want to go into this just yet. What a game. 8 kills against 7. Both of the teams on level 9.5. We're just looking at the death count. 3 deaths on Uther already. 3 against Malfurion. There's a combo against the camp. There's a combo against Chen. And the Panda is down. Rotate and get another kill. And there's level 10. Uther is also going down, of course. It's actually a bit surprising. If he goes into the Divine Shield right now, that would be kind of funny, because if he would have quick picked it, he might have even been able to take advantage of that. Probably stunned out here, but yeah, you can't even keep up with the kills anymore. It's getting nuts. There's the bunker. No memes with... what's the other one? No memes with combustion in this game. Nano boost for Jaina, obviously, but what is Uther gonna go for? Yeah, Divine Storm. They go for the stuns. No Divine Shield. Could have gone for the Divine Shield to deny kills, but also to ensure that they can get Greymane into a good position. But they want to go for the stuns. And there they come from the side, looking for a kill against Li Ming. The taunt! Ah, but it's a kill against Malfurion. And it's incredible that Li Ming survives here. Li Ming gets away from this, and let's see how they're going to play it. Right now, as things stand, we have once again the attack towards the bottom of the map, and that's the attack straight on against the fort itself, and they're going to take this one down. 10 kills against 8, and right now the momentum is starting to slowly shift in favor of Go Next. They're starting to get some momentum here. Cursed Bullet obviously is going to help them with the immediate damage put out, and with Cursed Bullet plus in addition to that Li Ming, Jaina, they have a lot of burst there too. We see it on the other side as well, and oh my god, I cannot believe what I'm seeing. What? Kek? Are you drunk? The fuck would you go Kek for? You can literally go into that backline and try and drop the opponent if you're going for the Pandas. I mean, Kek, the only reason you would go Kek is because you want to go for defensive plays, and so far the only thing they've shown is aggression. Now they're losing Variant, they're losing Karrigan, and they're starting to lose control of the game. I can't believe that they're actually trying to Kek this one. Kek has been incredibly unsuccessful ever since Blizzard changed the knockback range a little bit. And when Chen was remade, a lot of players have actually started to play around Keck a little bit, and it was always an absolute disaster. In this case, they might get the kill against Ana at least as a result, but just in the long run, Keck in comparison to the Triple Panda is incredibly... well, it doesn't really do a whole lot for you. I would be amazed if Fury pulls this one off. Fury was actually one of the few players that played Keck in the past when he was still with Granite Gaming, and he played it one time and then never went back. This is the first time. Oh, the damage from Jaina, but she's the one that dies. Grayman wants to go for the kill, gets slowed and gets taken out too. Yeah, this game is not over by any means. 2 heroes down, Cam pushing at the bottom of the map, and he's gonna die too. Uther's on the run, but oh well. No way! Uther lives, and instead it's Liming that falls. This game is amazing. This game is absolutely amazing. It's just full-on fiesta. Full-on fiesta in this one. And both teams attacking the objective again, going for the Immortal level 13 talents are ready. Max Passion trying to slow them down a little bit. The Panda protecting the bot lane. They go for Malfurion again. There's already Uther ready to drop the hammer, but he can't close the distance. The Ultralisk is on the ground, and they're going for the objective again. They can't catch up with Malfurion, but 13 is ready on both sides, and Grayman is starting to go to the bottom of the map to help with the Immortal damage, and he is going to be able to drop this one. Chrysalis on Karrigan right now, a little bit of a defensive talent. And they're fighting again, of course. What else would they do? They go in for the combo, and the ice block on Jaina. The Keck again. And Liming goes in for the kill, but there's Uther stun, but he's all alone. Uther is all alone, he's not going to survive this one. There's the second kill. 2 kills against 0, and even with another objective, they might not be able to get this one just now. And with this one, I mean the fourth. What a game. 13 kills against 13. Guys, we have more than 2 kills per minute at this point. It's incredible to see that Blaze hasn't fallen, by the way. He's the only one that hasn't died yet in this game. Uther, the main tank, has fallen 5 times now. Full on NA meta, and the game results in pretty much the fiesta that you would expect. I mean, the choice of Uther against the setup, as I said previously, is an interesting reaction to it, and not necessarily a bad one. But as it stands, this game is just all over the place, and it doesn't really seem that anybody can really get an advantage here. So far it looked like Go Next might have the upper hand, but this is turning quickly as they're about to lose the top fort now. And, well, bot lane, fort is falling as we're starting to move in again. Top lane fort also down. Max Passion coming in from the side. The Panda is getting murdered. Absolutely destroyed. He doesn't even have a chance for a second. Problem is that Liming is still getting a lot of damage through with the burst, but Karrigan gets wrecked as well. Yeah, that's the double kill right here. And 2 down as the camp pushes the bottom of the map. It's not going to break through the entire wall, but someone has to deal with this, and the fort at the top is now taken apart. 15 kills against 13. That might just be the lead that the blue team needs. They steal the camp away from their opponent, can rotate it a little bit more aggressively. We're seeing Ultralisk even starting to keep his W up on the in the middle here with a few more attacks. It's the 16 that worries me more though. 16 is most of the problem that we're looking at. Again is back to business. But as the game continues, and I mentioned it previously, I think the chances of Porc9 are slowly being reduced here. They are playing heavily around all of these stuns and the CC combos, and in this case it might not really work out that way anymore. Once that level 20 is in their hands, it's a different story as well. There's just too many strong talents that come online. Now the objective is up, and with the passive experience lead that they're gonna grab, there's this level 16 talent. That also gives us the active reload after we have the smelling salts here. Right there. So it's going to become super interesting with Benediction being available, plus Dynamic Blast. Yeah, that's a halftime show win for them without any problem at all. It's Chen who sits bot lane because he wants to have the 16 for them, and I mean, they need it. Mirror Ball is there, but they lost the halftime show because of it. Banner of Dalaran. Flying Leap. And, well, let's see what they can do with this. There's the attack again, there's the taunt. Oh, the stun out of the combo! Skork gets attacked and they murder him completely. Yeah, these isolation moves, guys. Seriously, they need to stay together as a team. That bunker needs to be successful. In this case, couldn't get anything. It's amazing to me that Fury finds some value in the Keck. I still would argue that the Triple Panda would have been way more impactful, but so far he's getting more out of the talent that I expected. So, yeah, still the poke against this. And this is the big problem. Stun into stun into stun. Ring of Frost, baby! The damage against Varian. He's down, so is Blaze, and the Panda actually survives this. The problem is, Svamgrota likely isn't. Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me. Svamgrota is able to... I can't believe this. Chen had pretty much nothing left. Same for Karrigan. Both of them were on the verge of dying. So was Greymane, by the way. But it's just still kill for kill for kill for kill. This is insane. They go for the objective, and they're trying to kick Ana. And Ana, in this case, doesn't really care. Yep, Ana gets away from this. They go for the objective, and they're going to take this one. And this one is nearly on full shields. This is nearly 100%. And in the meantime, there was still a heavy attack to the bottom of the map, where we now have seen the entire wall pretty much fall. Ooh. 16 against 15 kills. What a game. Quest, by the way, nearly completed for her. Yep. Quest nearly completed. And there's the dance around, there's the taunt, and the ice block. Barely keeping her alive. The question is for how long. Bunker is there, and that's the big play. And of course they're buying the time for the objective now too. Svamgrota is still playing against Uther. 2 down, 1 on each side as usual. But everybody is low, and there's the stun as Uther is trying to make his way out of the team fight. And guys, oh my god, Karrigan is about to fall. What? Greymane goes in, he gets 1, he gets 2, but the objective is already on the way towards the keep. And guys, Shiriondo's about to die as well. Oh! Greymane and Li Ming are both dead, and the objective is just sitting there. It's like, guys, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Really? Nobody wants to deal with me? Alright, I'm gonna do everything on my own. It's fine. 20 kills against 17 now. Full level lead. They go to the bottom of the map in order to get the keep there, and the catapult is already on it. But what a game. Like, what's going on there? This game is absolutely bananas. Keep at the top lane is down. The one at the bottom of the map is also falling. And with this, they destroyed every single major structure of their opponent and can now easily move away from this. This game is insane. Well, and as soon as they start taking the camps, they will get even more experience that they can then translate into an even bigger lead over their opponent, and which will most likely lead to level 20 around the next objective. 51,000 damage on Jaina alone, 28,000 on Uther. This game is crazy. This game is honestly nuts. I mean, it's honestly bonkers. They're even trying to trap down here, apparently. And I'm not sure if you should go for that move now. Why not wait for 20? It's a little bit surprising to me, to say the least. There's a stun. Well, they offer them a fight. There's the taunt, though, and that taunt didn't do enough against Sky, so that's a problem. Already we're having some ults being thrown out, and Vodka-chan is in trouble here. The Ring of Frost didn't connect, but at least it zoned him out a little bit. And now Furion in trouble, has no ult available. Benji on his Varian is also low. Another combo is hitting against Uther then again. But Varian is about to fall, and Karrigan is down already, guys. This might be the end of it. Go Next wants the 2-0 victory, and they're starting to go in for the kills. If Shiriondo falls, they might be able to go for the core here. And the core, with level 20 talents in their hands, I don't think they can take it. I don't think they can defend the core. Not with now catapults coming in everywhere. It's a 5 versus 3 though. And Li Ming is a problem. Li Ming with resets could be an issue, but the Panda is about to fall. Fury goes down, and that's the opening that they needed. 3 heroes down. Malfurion in trouble, and they are just chasing him across the entire map. And now Li Ming is the only survivor, and the core is falling as catapults are moving in now too. They want the kill here. 24 against 17, and they're just going for it. The core is dying as we speak, and this is going to be the end. A 2-0 victory for Go Next against Porc9 in an incredible, weird and fun series here at the HeroesHype Playoffs. GG, and well played. Hey guys, thanks for watching today's video, and I hope that you enjoyed the match and the commentary. The remaining time of the video has been added to protect against spoilers caused by the length of the video itself. But please keep in mind though that this does not only mean more work for me, but also has a negative impact on the popularity of the videos and the channel because of YouTube's algorithms. It would be greatly appreciated if you'd consider supporting the channel and help me to continue the daily esports coverage by clicking the join button below the video or supporting me through the Patreon page linked in the video description. Thanks a lot for the support and see you guys next time.